Hi everyone, how you doing today? If you're here, I know you sure really want to know why good women are being treated badly, especially in their relationship. I am Mom Ziba, your host, the certified emotion and relationship coach. Now I want to be using this medium to thank all my subscribers, returning subscribers who keep on coming here, over 8,000. Thank you so much. And from people who knows me one-on-one, they keep on calling me. I'm being in touch. Sometimes send me emails to ask me why I have not really been, being responsive and becoming online for some times. What is constant in life is change. So things happened. I just wanted to take it like that. But from now, I promise that I'm going to be here about 4 times in a week. I'm going to be releasing interesting relationship talks and relationship talks that is going to be helping your relationship positively. Thank you so much for joining me today. So what I want you to do, if this is your first time, click on the follow button sharply to become a subscriber. Share to about 5 or 10 persons wherever you are. It doesn't take you anything, really, does it? Okay, no, it does not. And also comment, leave good comments below if you find this quite insightful. All right, leave your comment below. You know one thing about comments, you can actually teach people, save people relationship from the comfy of wherever you are. It doesn't matter if you are not given a platform like this to discuss, but from your comments a lot of people could learn. And when you also comment, it shows me definitely that people are following what I'm doing, and I'm not just doing it in vain. I am also encouraged. Thank you very much for joining me today. So I did a podcast on this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube Music. It is streaming live. Yeah. It is streaming live. Okay, why good women are being treated badly, the unspoken truth. I don't know if you have. There are some people who don't really like podcasts. I love podcasts. Even before I started this podcasting journey as a podcaster, one thing I love about podcasts is that it's a best friend that is always with you most time in your lonely times. Yes, it speaks to your mind. It keeps you company. I don't know if you've not tried it before. You'll be starting with Mom Ziba Talks Daily Podcast on Spotify, on Google Podcasts. All right, you just go and be listening to it. You can be listening to this podcast when you're driving, when you're studying, when you're about to sleep, when you're relaxing. Yes, you will see the beauty of podcast. It's really, really fun. So today we are going to be talking about why good women are being treated badly in their relationship, the unspoken truth. Some time ago, I used to be in the shoes. I thought it out loud that why is it that women are being treated badly? Good women, okay? There's a category there. Good women. Why are they treated with like this? About 90% of good women could tell you that most relationship they've been in, and when I'm talking about relationship, I'm talking about relationship. It could be in your church denomination. It could also be in a relationship like erotic relationship. It can also be in your workspace. It can be from you to your in-laws, your friendship, your community. People tend to most time take advantage of good people. Now I'm generalizing it, okay? They tend to take advantage of good people. I don't know if you've been in that show before. If you have heard about it before, comment your experiences below in the comment section. Thank you very much. So now we are talking on the aspect of relationship, and we are going to be seeing it in 2 different perspectives. I'm going to be talking in the form in the perspective of the dating relationship and in the married relationship. Why does good women most time go through awful treatment from a man that they are into relationship with? Now you see some people say, okay, maybe it is voodoo, maybe it is charm, maybe something has been done spiritually. Yes, to some extent. I am a person that believes in spirituality too. It tends to happen, but some other time, if you've checked otherwise, you've prayed and surely our God answers, and it's still remaining so, then you have to look out of the box. Maybe it's not spiritual after all. Maybe it's something that you need to look at, and that's what I'm going to be telling you today. So this is it. Most times, bad charactered ladies, permit me to use that, okay, people who do not really care about how a man feels, most times tend to end up with guys who cares about them. Yes, that was the notion I had. But I've seen some situation where girls who don't really care about a guy too much, okay, they don't care about a guy too much, and they ended with a guy who is also careless about a female emotion or however they treat a girl. But later, spontaneously, they found themselves that they changed. Yes, they changed. What really happened? What really happened? Change occur. I found out that guys don't like ladies putting in. Most guys don't like ladies putting in too much effort. Okay, too much effort. Too much effort. There is something about when you are always pushy, all right, or maybe you are all staring at a lecturer teaching you like that, staring wherever he goes, you are like really and staring at him. Before you know what is happening, he gets kind of scared, he gets kind of tense, he wants to, go back so that he can really give you a space. And when you start noticing that he's going back and maybe you withdraw, you no longer give him that full attention, you'll see that most time he starts to call on you like, are you following me? Patience, are you following me? Joy, are you following me? Are you listening to what I'm saying? You have to focus on me. So this is it. That is what most times we human beings, that is one default about us. We tend to get scared, we tend to get tensed when we see people that are pushy, kind of pushy. So we kind of get so tense and want to give a break. Yeah, want to give a break. So this is what happens. So these people, most ladies understand this. I don't want to put it as awful character. They take it as, I'm going to do anything I like at any time at my own pace. I don't care how you take it. Yeah, I don't care how you take it, but I just act it. All right, I act it, and it's left for you to digest it the way you want to digest it. Okay, so I'm sorry, pardon me for using awful characters. Okay, now I have redefined the whole thing. All right, so when guys like that sees that this girl is not pushy, he tends to start to feel that this girl has more. This lady has, maybe there is more to her. There are other guys who are yearning for her. There's more value to her. She doesn't care about me. Maybe she has better prospects than me. All right. And because of that, he is easily activated, all right, to seek for her attention, to go for her, to grab her, to make her focus on him by all means. But for some women who are very, very good and understand that, oh, because he's a guy I'm with, I don't have to do what we call catch me if you can. All right, so I really need to be so submissive to him. I don't need to stress him because I love him. We women folk tend to think like that most times, and thereby act their words. But most times it is being thrown at our faces. And that's why we see that, why is it that I'm giving so much? I'm good at heart. I do all I do, and this guy does not value me. He can never value you because you are not using the right tactics. You're not using the right tactics. You are always available. You are always there. You are always pushing. Like in the scenario where you have a single lady, most times you see her wanting to overplease a guy. Maybe they are already into relationship. He's always asking him, when are you coming to see my people? When are you, there is no time. When are you going to come and see my dad and my mom and pay my dowry and all those kind of things? I'm growing old. If you have to take a break to listen yourself, it is needful that you do that. Because at this time, most times you are sounding desperate. At this time, in the ears of a man who is actually logical, he thinks you're pressuring him. He sees it as a pressure. He sees it as you are pushing him to the wall, because you are always pushy, because you are always on and on, you are always rubbing it before him. How about you take a different approach? I'm going to be telling you the approaches that you can take by the end of all this. Now, what is the particular reason why this happens in some kind of a guy? I'm going to be telling you one of the points in the dating relationship could be a sign of toxic masculinity and ego. Yes, some men are brewed or grown in an environment where dominance and stoicism is the order of the day. They see their father, they see their mom, they see guys in that environment, understand this masculinity, and it's kind of in a toxic way, and it's kind of adding into ego. All right, it becomes an ego, it becomes a shoulder padding. Okay, so they don't want to let it go. The reason why they wear this on most time, even in their relationship, is because they feel that when they don't wear this, they don't put on this ego, their respect is gone. A woman will not respect them, people will not accept them, so they hide under this particular umbrella of toxic masculinity and ego. All right, so for ladies who says, I want a guy who is all full of have this ego, this courage, I don't know, even if it's pride, I know, but when it's with me he will be down. No, don't you ever believe that a man can just turn 360 degree within a day because he met you. The chances are always very, very slim. Most times, very, very slim. All right, so because a man, so have a full-grown man, has the authority to change what is thinking himself. If he has not made the decision, there is nothing that you can do, unless you want to go spiritual and diabolical. There is nothing you can do. He has to be the one to make the decree that he is changing, the choice that he's changing, and he has to turn around. So back to what I was saying. Number 1 point I told you, toxic masculinity and ego. All right, so this is what leads them to start to maltreat the woman they are with. Okay, they start to give them mistreatment. Okay, because they have already grown in that environment, and because of that, so letting down their guard like that, they feel that this woman is going to be manipulating them through it, and their words controlling them. Is it wrong? It could be wrong, but that's the notions that they were built in. Some other persons we have emotional immaturity. Now I did a reel on this on the Facebook platform, and I got a lot of reactions, different reactions from people. All right, some were like, oh no, some were like yes, but I know majority were like yes, it's true. Now what am I trying to say? Emotional maturity is not by numbers. Emotional maturity is not by age. So you hear some people who say, I don't want to settle for a guy who is my age. I don't want to settle for a guy who is I'm a little bit older than. The reason is because he's not emotionally matured. Hello? Who tells you that? Where did you learn it from? Where did you learn it from? Okay? So emotional intelligence, okay, and maturity is not by numbers. It's not by age. People who most times could fall under your age could be very, very highly emotionally intelligent. Yes, I'm a certified emotion coach, and that is why I can tell you this. It's not by numbers. It's not by numbers. Okay, it's not. So wherever you learned that from, just start to cancel it. Yeah, start to cancel it. Now, some guys who find themselves maltreating their women, most of them don't have emotional maturity. All right, so that's the number 2 point. So the number 3 point, you're going to be listening to it in my podcast, Momziba Talks Daily Podcast, on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Yes, it's streaming live there. So I'm going to go into the scenario of a married person. Okay, 1 point is, you see, before I go to points, married women who are very, very good, very, very submissive. Because one thing they tell you when you want to get married is you have to be submissive to your husband. No doubt, it's your crown, you have to be submissive to him, but that doesn't mean foolishness. That doesn't mean you selling away your curiosity. Yeah. So these overly kind of good-natured women, all right, they tend to be so pushy in the relationship. They want to make everything work, especially when, okay, that's where the first point comes in, complacency in relationship. This is when the man who is the husband, goes into a reserved zone. I call it a comfort zone. Yeah. He's no longer giving in that emotional connection anymore because he feels he has gotten a woman. So there is no need to campaign after the marriage. Okay. So he tends to withdraw himself and allow the woman, to be there and allow the relationship to flow whatever it is, because he believes that the woman cannot leave him. He believes that the woman is already his. The woman has kids for him. It's already bearing his name. So he doesn't care about her emotional connection, feelings at all. His emotional sensitivity is very, very poor. So this is when women who are overly good, all right, tend to start to look like a broken record, sound like broken record, that you hear men term them as nags. All right, start to say you are nagging because she wants attention. She's yearning for that attention that she used to have before from that man. Now that man is no longer giving it to her because he feels that everything is okay. And because of that, she starts to feel mistreated. Yes, she starts to feel very, very mistreated in her relationship. Yeah, some guys also is the fear of commitment. Yes. You see, when they feel that their wives are very, very well invested, when I mean well invested, that means most times their wife has kind of financial heights more than them, all right? They tend to start to treat her awfully, all right? They start to mistreat her because they don't want to face their fears. They don't want to face their issues, all right? I don't want to face their fears. And because of that, instead of them treating themselves, sorting themselves out, they tend to start to push avoidance on the woman and start to push her to make her feel as if she's the one that has the problem. Then they start to hurt her. So if you are in that category that you have been always thinking, has it been my fault? I've not been doing enough, blah, 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 blah. No. Is it a voodoo that is happening? Is it a charm that is happening? What is really going on? Shh. I want to tell you, these things most times that happen, it's not really, really your fault. It's not really, really your fault. Okay? You got to know that. So if you found this episode really, really, this video really, 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 all right, interesting, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to give me a like. And don't forget to click the subscribe button immediately to follow me. I'll be bringing the part 2 on this, where I'll be talking about the kind of men that participate in this kind of treatment. Definitely, not all men take good women for granted. So if you're a single lady, you want to really know how to walk your pace around your relationship, in case when situations are coming, when people are coming for you, you want to know the kind of men that fall into this category, you have to join me on the part 2 session tomorrow. All right, you have to join me, or you have to visit Spotify or Apple Podcasts, where you visit Momziba, all right, at Momziba Talks Daily Podcast, all right, on Spotify. You have to visit me there to listen more. And also in the part 2, I'm also going to be talking about the easiest way out. If you're a married person or you love this person and you don't want to let go of this person, yes, you've heard everything that I've said, you know very well these things are bound to happen, but you can't just leave this person. But what can you do? You'll be learning in the part 2. All right, I'm very, very happy you joined me listening to this podcast this time. I'm very, very, very happy. Thank you very much. Till next time I come your way again, I remain Momziba. Bye now.